Battlers Sam Battlefields here. Thanks for joining me on my journey into CLA, coaching, etc. For BJJ, for Jiu-Jitsu, submission grappling. So yeah, I've been coaching. So introduced gi a few weeks ago to one class out of the week. There's been a little bit of upheaval. I think I mentioned it in the previous video. A little bit of upheaval in the fact that I was doing Monday to Friday morning classes, but with a couple of changes to people's schedules, they're no longer able to come in as regularly. So I have, and we put in Thursday as gi day, yeah, so ended up having to sort of change the schedule to be Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and that's going actually quite well. That shift, we've got really good numbers, for each class. I mean, today we had like seven in, which is, is really good for the morning. But I've also started taking the Wednesday evening class, which is also a gi class, and yeah, that was fun as well. Jamie Blue Belt, Jamie, been training with him for many years. He is normally kind of the guy that looks after that class. Now I have my good roles with him. He's a bigger guy, I'm a bigger guy, and he likes the fact that he can try out his aggression, which is, happy days. You're more than welcome to, bro. Yeah, so having the class last night, it was cool because afterwards he came up to me and he was like, man, obviously your jiu-jitsu's gotten better, but your classes, back when we were in the old place, your classes were somewhat clunky, and now they just flow. And I was like, thanks, bro. So a couple of things that happened last night and was kind of explicitly spoken about today, which is cool. When we teach, or when we learn, we're learning, because it's perception action coupling, we're learning two sides of the same coin. So if we are attentionally focused on, say, you can't get past guard if you haven't got past the knees, so focusing on the knees, well, it's not just if you can't pass guard, but it's also the flip side of that. How do you retain guard? Well, keep your knees in play. If they've passed your feet, keep your knees in play. And I'm seeing such an improvement, a massive improvement. There's a couple of notable ones that probably don't see it. Well, Dave might. So Purple Belt Dave, he might see it. And the reality is like his mobility has improved drastically. And Aaron probably doesn't see it because of his relative newness to the whole game. But I was watching him today and going, man, that open guard looks fucking great. Like, I'm not saying it was expert level by any stretch, but it did not look like someone who's only been doing it for, less than a year. So, yeah. But one of the things that sort of came up, I was asking the insights, asking for insights from the class, and in my mind I had this insight that was like the standing, the standing player you know, the things that he, oh fuck me, the standing player, the things that he must do. And I asked the class, and they all started talking about the guard player. And I was like, in my head, I was like, no, let's focus on. And I was like, shut the fuck up, man. Like, don't worry about what I'm thinking to teach them. Worry about what they're learning. Like, if they're learning, don't get in their fucking way. Don't get in their way of learning by trying to teach them something. You know, if they've got a concept that they're working on, let them work on that concept. You know, as long as it's in the right direction. And here's the beauty of it. It was just the other side of the same fucking coin. So, you know, they're gonna learn that other side anyway. They're gonna learn it because it's perception action coupling. It is literally they were talking about, once again, like something about getting the knee back in and blah blah blah. Don't get in the way of learning as a teacher. I think that's such an interesting concept. Anyway, Sam Battlefields, War and Peace.